It's just uncomfortable.
Bunny and I are sold on the 7 Series. It's got, hi, Ackley. It's got everything that
35,000 shares of DreamWorks, 65,000 shares of Netscape, and I have a complete set of Beetle dolls.
But enough about my car. That's quite a ring.
Well, you know, if you look like $1 million, you're good for $1 million.
The beauty of St. Bart's is the airport. I'm taking my Beechcraft down on Tuesday. Oh, those duty-free shops are to die for.
Coming down the hall. He's walking down the hall.
Are we all happy today?
Oh, yes.
Yes.
I'm very happy. Of course, things are great. I'm so happy.
No! No, we are not happy today. Are we, Mr. Happy?
I'm not a happy puppet.
Some of you have grown a little soft, while others think, and I use the term figuratively, that your success is a given, considering the genius of this company's founder.
That'd be you, boss.
Ah, you alone know my struggle, little one. While others consider that they are jewels in our corporate tiara.
Lumpkin.
Lumpkin, how is our new computerized ordering system coming along?
Lumpkin.
Oh, we discovered it's going to take a little longer for our providers to work out the bugs.
How long to work out the bugs?
I don't like bugs.
Probably about a year for the bugs, and then the code is going to have to be rewritten, beta test, revisions, legal clearance, marketing. Probably, I'd say, I'll get a good headwind about 1998, late 1998.
Lumpkin will be fired or retired before that puppy barks.
Stick a fork in him, he's done.
Morrison? You seem to have a lot to say. Why don't you tell us all how we can maximize system availability? Morrison?
Well, sir, our service provider has promised to cut down response time if the network does go down. And, see, their plan, well, it's really a plan for a plan, is that we will buy computers that, well, we don't have to pay for the computers. They're more like a whatchamacallit.
A whatchamacallit?
Well, you know, the, thingies.
Pagers.
Not a pager. I know what a beeper is. It's,
Wands!
wands?
Yes, wands!
Oh, wands, that's right. Now I remember. I have the memo here somewhere. Reducing network downtime, blah, blah, blah. Increasing reliability. We need wands, PDAs. Oh, very expensive. Yours truly, sincerely, your service provider.
How expensive?
First, they estimated the cost of the wands, and then they added in central computing. But then they needed training. Well, ballpark around 30 million.
$30 million?
Well, yeah, I think so, but they've worked out a discount, and all in all, with everything considered, they say it's going to save us money in the long run.
Goodbye, Beamer. Hello, Hugo.
Bonds, what about the Windows NT platform migration? Will we benefit from NT technology this year?
We're working through the process. The SE group we hired seems to be having some difficulty identifying the processes and putting a timeline together. They only have one expert, and he's been reading the manual as he goes along. They told me they had a methodology, but all I see is confusion. It's not my fault.
Well, it's not my fault.
Confusion, years, millions of dollars. I don't like what I'm hearing.
What the hell are you waving at?
Who is that?
How did he get past security?
Forget him. Who's that singing?
You guys could be working together with one organization. Your problems are solvable by Vanstar. If you were to think about it, you're having problems with your order processing system. We have a system that we've deployed in hundreds of customers across the country called Navigator. It exists today, and it's helping customers manage the procurement process. It's working to help them understand better what they're buying, how they're buying, who they're buying it from, and it keeps track of it on a regular basis. And not to mention that, it'll also help populate their financial systems and keep control of their assets. You were worried about systems availability and the response times of your technicians to be able to bring your systems up. Well, that problem has been solved. A new system called Nova allows us to dispatch technicians across the country, be able to track their every movement. But not only dispatch a technician, but dispatch the right technician who has experience with the technology that that end user has. And not only that, be able to get the correct part there in 2 hours. Nova will allow us to do that. But you also talked about rolling out NT and the importance of that to your environment. Rolling out a new technology is very, very risky. It's very expensive, and it requires an awful lot of planning. At Vanstar, we've spent millions of dollars developing a methodology called Horizon, and it allows us to bring it all together, to bring together the capabilities of rolling out the product, of dispatching the technicians correctly, and deploying the technology to ensure that your investment is successful and minimizes the risk to your organization. Your problems are not 3 separate problems. They're one problem. They're how do you control your desktop environment? How do you control the procurement, the dispatch, the repair, and ultimately the migration to new technology? The answer to that problem is Vanstar.
Vanstar. Good idea. You know, what you say makes a lot of sense. Vanstar is great. Why don't the 3 of us go over to the store club? We'll cross a couple T's, dot a couple I's, call it a deal.
But you don't understand. It's only the beginning. I have a plan for world peace. I have a cure for baldness. I have a great recipe for egg salad. But first, I have to go to Cancun.
You have to go to Cancun?
You have to go to Cancun. You have to go to Cancun.
You have to go to Cancun. You have to go to Cancun.
Jake, Cancun. You must have been here all night long. Your flight leaves in 2 hours.
Oh, yeah, Cancun. I got it.
Here's your tickets and your jacket. You gotta hurry.
Okay. By the way, do I have a meeting scheduled with Megacorp?
Megacorp? Not that I recall. You're on a direct flight.
That's too bad. I could have used a quick close this quarter.
Our relationship with Vanstar started, I think, about 7 years ago. Does that sound about right? 6 years ago? You know, Rhonda kept calling me and she wanted to do some work here, and we felt sorry for her, so we let her come in and present her case.
They were a mess when we got here.
I base my decisions on how comfortable I am with the people I deal with more than I do the organization itself. And if you're not comfortable with the person that you're dealing with, you don't want to do business with the organization.
You succeed at last.
We truly work with Vanstar as a partner. We do not view them as our in-house vendor per se. They are auxiliary staff for my staff.
I think that we're already on the cutting edge of technology with what we're doing because of our customers, because of Walmart and Kmart and Target. They've kind of pushed us into a position where we've had to be ahead of the marketplace. They want to have controlled small inventories, and we need to be ready to react to that, and it all has to come from technology.
Our acquisition process at first was simply providing product to the customer. Today we are involved in writing our own purchase orders in their mainframe.
I'm literally their purchasing department, creating purchase orders in their mainframe.
We create their standards list.
Place their orders.
We receive our own product.
Maintain the orders.
We install all products.
There's 2 of us that are doing all the installs.
Bring it in, make sure it's installed properly, there's no DOAs.
Provide all moves, adds, and changes.
We work with the office systems people of American Greetings, which are they have 4 or 5 people doing that.
Make sure it's taken care of, start to finish.
Vanstar is instrumental in helping us make some business decisions and moving us down the path of the new technology that's coming out and helping us make some of the difficult decisions and help us with directions.
And when we stacked all the companies up, we felt that Vanstar offered us the most that would suit our needs in help desk, in depot, in systems, in being there on site, in people that were there to help us and service us and meet our needs and the needs of the project.
I think the biggest benefit that Vanstar provides to American Greetings is being able to be on site, and we're just a phone call away or just right down the hall.
We have made a great team, and we're able to show that to the customer.
Whenever there are issues, we put them on the table and discuss them.
I think they see it, they recognize it, and they believe in us.
I think that's one of the reasons we have such a strong team, in that we don't have a quote-unquote vendor on site. We basically have a partner on site.
It's a real challenge, and you have to be on top of your game, and it's very challenging. I enjoy it.
In the future, we probably see Vanstar doing more of our outsourcing as we become more involved in our own internal changes. And the outsourcing frees up a lot of our people to do the things that we need done without building our staff. And what we're looking at is trying to network into one system so that we all operate with one world-class system.
We have been awarded the Vendor of the Year twice since we've been here. We won it the first year we were here, and we won it last year, which is quite an accomplishment, so they tell me. It also gives them the chance to beat us up after that.
Try and try, you'll succeed at last.
We went through a rather extensive custom installation process up in Indianapolis, and Vanstar helped us configure every PC specific to a store.
We want to capture information at the source. When I say that, moving that the actual data that is rung up at our cash registers would be moved directly to our corporate headquarters.
You'll succeed at last.
We are in the restaurant business, and we have over 600 stores in 32 states right now. We've been in business since 1946 and have grown at a fairly conservative rate to be where we are now. Our product is primarily chicken sandwiches, although we have other chicken-based products.
They wanted a total solution provider, not just someone to drop off a box and leave.
Chick-fil-A really didn't have any experience in a huge rollout like this. This was their biggest IT project to date. And they wanted to partner with an organization that had experience with project management, projects of this size.
And without a team working together, we cannot provide that solution to them.
So I think Vanstar has a lot of talented people, and individuals we can perform very well. As we work together as a team, I think we're going to accomplish a lot more.
Vanstar, based on their past performance in other industries, showed that they could assist quite well with us.
A lot of the food companies, the Pepsi-owned Taco Bells, and Pizza Huts, and KFCs have applied technology a lot recently, but the retail technology in general is really come on strong in the past few years, and I guess we're trying to catch up with that. It's all about making sure that people in the stores know how to run the business the right way.
Chick-fil-A had been with the same vendor for over 6 years, and we were able to displace them. I think we're just able to leverage all of our strengths.
First of all, Chick-fil-A was willing to fly up to Indianapolis, and they gave out hats to all the people at the config center and the distribution center. They had lunch brought in for everyone, and just to get the ball rolling and to make sure everything was off to a good start and make sure that the relationship was there.
We've noticed a team that existed within Vanstar that was quite experienced and treated us more as a person, as a personal relationship, than just a small customer in a database.
We call them with everything from really small problems to very large problems.
The Vanstar relationship is benefiting Chick-fil-A by them knowing that their total solution provider comes up with unique solutions that can best suit their needs.
Vanstar is still part of our team. They are doing the maintenance and service on the PCs. They are really, for all intents and purposes, Chick-fil-A employees out in the field. They represent us, they do things for us that we couldn't do ourselves, and we rely on Vanstar to be our partner in the service arena.
I think they will continue to be a strategic business partner of ours, and I think when you consider a customer like Chick-fil-A, their corporate culture, their morals, their ethics, their values, they are a great partner today, and I think they will continue to be a great partner.
I do understand that they will be going even further across the United States up to the West Coast and even thinking about going globally. And I think if we continue our performance as we are now, that we will be the provider for all those locations.
They've helped us really tailor a custom solution that I don't think we could have gotten from anybody. And it works well for us. And it took some time to get there. It's not an off-the-shelf offering. It's something we crafted from scratch, really. And at this point, we're happy with the way it's working for us.
Try and try, you succeed at last.
Every employee in our company has a computer on their desk. The reason for that is very simple. We use it in every aspect of our business.
I've always heard of different success stories in different regions, but it was the first time for me to be able to work and manage an account with a project of this size.
The goal was to get the job done, and no one ever questioned if you asked them to do something that was outside their normal duties of doing it. You just knew it had to be done, and you did it.
You succeed at last.
Source is a staffing company. We provide both contingency and flexible staffing to the IT industry, the finance industry. We also have an engineering division, legal division. Vanstar is supplying us with the hardware that we need in each of our offices. This ranges from communication equipment to printers, PCs, and so forth. They're not only supplying it, they're configuring it based on the script that we give them. They take the hardware then, once it's configured, and install it in the location.
We're adding another 25 to 30 users per month. This puts an increase on the communication infrastructure as well as each individual office.
It was very important to us to find a company that, first of all, covered all the areas we were in, and Vanstar had that coverage.
The reason that Vanstar was chosen was it's the business that we do. It's not something that we're starting up.
In addition to that, I felt like your structure worked very well because I felt like when I was talking to Patrick, I was talking to a decision maker, or somebody that could make it happen.
It was a total team effort with the Vanstar vendors, with the Source Services team. They had an idea of where they wanted to go and worked well with Vanstar.
Vanstar was instrumental in the planning process. They worked very closely with us to design an infrastructure and a plan to roll out the infrastructure, which is just as important.
I was real proud of the two guys that we had working here, Kyle and David. They did an outstanding job.
I've never been on a project that was so team-oriented. We realized from the beginning that there were so many people that were going to be involved in this. It was a nationwide rollout.
In the case of my work with Kyle, I've done the bulk of the building of the servers, and he has done most of the project management of the actual rollout of each office. And there are occasions where we have worked from each other's scripts, and we couldn't have done it without a lot of cooperation between the pair of us.
They definitely benefited by the fact that we had people with network integration skills, NT skills, some back office skills, and we could pull people from anywhere across the country.
We did all the training and also the ongoing support, which is a big issue because Source Services is a very fast-growing company, and they're going to need our help in the future to, maintain that pace.
Vanstar is the first vendor that we go to with new opportunities as they arise and discuss these issues.
That always does a great deal toward customer satisfaction whenever you can bring them in on time and under budget, so we're proud of that too.
Try and try, you succeed at last.
Well, I want to start out before we really try to talk about some of the things that are affecting us today out there. There's a lot of new things changing. And I think sometimes because we read about it now, not in PC Week or in CRN, but we see it on the cover of every major magazine across the country, in every news story, in every television show. that technology has taken over the entire world's mind and imagination. But sometimes I think because we're all focused in different areas, bringing up customers on new systems, or working with a customer on a distribution problem, or trying to figure out a way to solve a worldwide rollout of new technology, that sometimes we forget to think about how exciting the things are that are going on out there. There's a lot of very new, exciting technologies out there that we're in the middle of. We're helping customers integrate this new technology. I think that the internet itself is going to be one of the most amazing things that we'll be able to take advantage of. Is it something magical? No, it's just a solution whose time has come. In the past, we made our strategic business decisions based on hardware and operating system platforms. The web opens the world again to say that that content or information is the important thing, not the operating system, not the hardware. Well, how will we be involved? And I think that's the most important part. I think we'll be working with customers as we do today on connectivity solutions, but integrating things like security. And security is a natural progression for Vanstar on a very hot issue today. I think in general, what you have to look at ourselves is we are now no longer providing a piece of the world. Our place in this new world order is building that highway that our customers run on. There's huge customer benefits from what we're doing. And we all need to become more capable, more literate in understanding how to translate those. If you were to think about it, last year, we set some goals for the organization. We said that we would roll out Navigator, which we promised to be a client-server application that would scale through many environments. We did roll out Navigator this year, and from an overall perspective, it's been very successful. As we said, we have hundreds of customers that are on today. We've brought up many multi-user customers, and we're working now to widen the pipe of Navigator beyond just the product business into a view of many more components of the business. A year and a half, almost 2 years ago, we approached all of you with this concept of Nova. And we've tried to communicate what we've been doing and how it's been going. But Nova is a reality. We are only a week or two away from implementing the Nova solution. So in a very short period of time, by anyone's measure, based on a large group of employees working together with help from Ernst & Young on the development and re-engineering side, we've been able to bring this solution to the forefront. We believe, as we did when we started, that it will deliver us with a significant competitive advantage on delivering our services solutions. And finally, on the other two fronts, we talked last year about introducing new enhancements to SFA. And we rolled out this year Starbase. And for those of you who may not have been involved with Starbase or aren't fully familiar with it, Starbase is a tool that will help us move forward together as a team. It's a tool that allows us to know what each other's doing in working with our customers. Because what we need to do in every case in this organization is to not yield the power of one person, but in every case try to yield the power of the 4,200 people that work in Vanstar in the United States. Starbase is that system that will allow us to share information about the customer, about their needs, about their politics, about what they're doing internally. We successfully rolled this out with the hard work of Doug Surratt and Steve Greenspan, and it's been a very successful program thus far. For the sales management, the sales staff here, you've all done a great job in getting information into the system. But this system is totally based on you entering information in and taking information out. And we're going to continue to enhance Navigator, SFA, and other programs to continue to drive capabilities. And finally, last but not least, we committed to having a web page up. And we went through a number of gyrations, but I think what you see today on the web, and I hope most of you have been able to see what we do have on the World Wide Web, I think it's a first step towards a quality web implementation.
At last year's club, I talked about how in 1995 we had an opportunity to change our focus from a survival mode to a leadership mode and become one of the most dominant players in this industry. Without question, 1995 was the most outstanding year in the history of the company, both in terms of sales growth and profitability. And there is no question that we established ourselves as a leader in our industry. I'd like to take a few moments right now to review some of the major accomplishments of our sales organization over the last year. First of all, during the year, we clearly made some good strides in getting to the right level of IS and business management. I believe we met with more CIOs and senior executives this year than we met with in the previous 3 years combined. We also, during the year, completed the transition to central sales. We all know that this transition was long and sometimes hard, but our efforts were truly worth it. Central sales has been a key factor in allowing us to improve our field sales productivity this year by 23%. Now, some of our customers are moving quickly towards outsourcing of their IT support at the desktop. We need to be there this year with a comprehensive offering and a set of tools and capability to assume management responsibility for the entire PC lifecycle with these customers. During 1995, we made substantial progress in laying out our approach to lifecycle management and adding some key staff. We also began aggressively selling efforts in certain targeted accounts, and several of these efforts have been very successful. In fact, I am very, very happy to report that just yesterday, we finalized a letter of intent with the Herc Celanese Corporation, a longtime Vanstar product-only customer, to enter into a long-term, comprehensive lifecycle management agreement, which will propel that customer to roughly a $5 million services customer, and that's an annual number, folks. During 1995, we also began the rollout of our Navigator customer system, which, when implemented correctly in the right customer setting, has proven to dramatically improve the order process and overall customer satisfaction. From an overall basis, we're able to grow the product sales business by 32%, while the industry grew at only 15%. I think that's one heck of an accomplishment. And our networking services grew by an absolutely mind-numbing 75%. But even with everything we accomplished in 1995, there are greater challenges and opportunities that lie just ahead. Just ahead. I mean, just ahead. As a company or as individuals, we cannot slow down or become complacent as a result of our tremendous accomplishments. Because we all must remember that this industry waits around for no one. If we slow down and don't stay super aggressive, we're history. At the core of my beliefs, I fear none of these challenges, and I fear none of our competitors. I am without fear because when you look beyond our extensive capabilities, our systems, our tools, and our methods, you find that the true essence of what makes Vanstar different and special is our people.
It's digital, man. It's really clean. If you have a satellite dish on the lawn and a computer is your best friend, you spend your free time posing the info bond. You're on the net for hours on end. If you think you understand McLuhan and all the deals that Dilla is pursuing, if cyberspace is your kind of place and you're a technophile at heart, you're state of the art. Oh yeah, you're state of the art.
Padre, sono 6 settimane da quando ho fatto il backup del mio disco fisso.
Dimmi, figliolo.
Ho provato a entrare nel computer del Vaticano, ma il loro codice d'accesso è impenetrabile.
Grazie al cielo.
E
c'è ancora?
sì, ho avuto cattivi pensieri a riguardo della suora che compare nello spot televisivo della IBM.
Per la tua penitenza mediterai per mezz'ora sulla homepage di Madre Teresa.
E non sa per caso la sua URL?
http:// www.madreteresa.org mom.dolente.sol.
Grazie, padre.
Reciterai pure 3 Pater Nostri immediatamente dopo il download.
Grazie, padre.
E a proposito della suora
Sì?
che appare nello spati IBM,
Sì.
è solo un'attrice, sai.
Mille grazie, padre.
Per me, io preferisco gli spot in cui compariva il mitico Charlie Chaplin.
You got the latest in technology and an ISDN connection. You use acronyms without a biology and have a digital obsession. If you think the